I'll put them on the side.
All right, I think we're live. Let me check here. There we go. Yeah, we're live, guys.
Sweet.
Sweet. Hi, everybody. Let's see. We got some familiar faces here. We got Al Daly, Humberto, Alliant Auto. How are you? Al Daly, like I said, is a regular. Michael Saldano, welcome to the stream. We'll give it a couple
Al,
minutes.
I love your comments every month. Appreciate those.
Yeah, that was great. I'll wait another minute or two, and then we can hop in.
I don't know. Can we see who's in there? I don't know if I can see that.
It just says whoever's saying hi. We can't see like a list. It just says 9 people are here.
Okay. What's up, everyone? Thanks for coming on a Saturday, joining us. Brad, what are you doing back there? What's back there behind you? A little 911?
It's 930, a 1979 930. And then here is a 2021 765 LT.
It's fancy.
The 765 LT, we did a new car prep, paint correction, full PPF, window tints, and ceramic coating. There's a few pieces of PPF I want to change out that I didn't like. And then the 1979 930, we're actually going to do some dry ice blasting too. Take off some components of that. That one should take about 2 weeks, but it'll come out great. And that's going to go on, bring a trailer for a client.
Nice.
Up for sale.
Ryan says don't make him post pictures of his CRV.
Fred, you had a CRV.
I used to have a CRV. It's gone now.
Nothing wrong with a daily driver. They can't all be race cars.
No.
Those CRVs are great, though. They're compact.
I mean, I had it for almost 15 years, so didn't really need to get rid of it. Just got tired of it. So I guess we can get started.
Let's do it.
9 people here, but hopefully more will sprinkle in a little bit. So we just wanted to meet with all our subscribers, our subs on YouTube, our subs of GloveBox that receive our glove boxes every month. We haven't done this before, so this is our first time doing a live on our own. We've joined many and been on many podcasts and stuff, but please excuse us if we have any technical glitches. We wanted to take time to talk about what we've been up to, the new product line that we released, give a little context of who we are personally and our little company here. And we thought this might be a good place to do that because you guys can ask questions. We got some ahead of time, which is great. And a lot of you I know, my name is Fred Shramovich. I joined GloveBox, I guess almost 2 years ago. I've been detailing since I was 16, about 29 years ago. It's kind of gross to say that. And used to work at a hot rod shop cleaning show cars, hot rods, muscle cars, things that went on to like country, like cross country show car tours and stuff like that. Detailed on the side for years, got my way through college doing that. And then a few years ago, I purchased a fun car. So I got the itch again to try new products out and ordered a glove box myself. And when I received my first box, of course, I liked the products I got. There's, I think, Adams, Jack's Wax, and some other ones in it, if I remember right. And then I realized it came from Chicago, which is where I live. So I reached out to Brad and Jason and bugged them enough that they let me help them on their website because I do professional digital marketing for a career. So I helped them on the website, wrote some content for the blog and things like that. And fast forward 2 years, I'm doing customer service, curating
So if
products.
the website ever has any problems, it's Fred's fault.
It's my fault.
Just so everyone knows, he just admitted to it.
I did. Help manage social media a little bit. I help answer all your guys' questions and working with influencers and such. So kind of a well-rounded arsenal, I guess, that I'm working with. And I'll kick it to Jason. He can give you guys a little background of himself.
Yeah, I'm Jason. I'm the guy whose hands are in the unboxing videos whenever you see those each month. So yeah, Brad and I started this. We're both from Illinois. My first car was a Mustang 5.0, big car guy. Not as proficient from the detailing side, but love cars, love being around them. And yeah, kind of originally just really wanted to bring this concept to the market. And luckily Brad was willing to do it with me. So for a lot of you guys that have been with us forever, thank you, because it's certainly a kind of a dream come true for us to do this and have people subscribe every month. That makes it a lot of fun. Yeah, my background, I was a Army helicopter pilot for about 8 years, got out, got a business school degree, and then I have kind of worked in finance, and I've been an entrepreneur for the last few with GloveBox and a couple other things I do to stay busy. But yeah, honestly, the release of this product line is probably the thing I've been most excited about over the last 4 years. I mean, we've looked at so many different brands and we've looked at so many different products, and quite frankly, we've dealt with a lot of problems. You know, products spilling, products freezing was a new one this year. And really what we delivered to you guys is and girls is really the culmination of pretty much everything we've learned. And, you know, like Brad says in the videos, like it pretty much solves every problem that we've come up with detailing products. And, you know, if we were going to do this, we weren't just going to slap a GloveBox label on, you know, essentially the same products as everyone else. We wanted to do something new and different and innovative, which, you know, is essentially what GloveBox was when we started. So yeah, I'm stoked to be working with these guys and keep making the service and everything better and better every month. So back to you in the studio.
Fred.
Oh,
Muted.
I'm muted. I muted
First
myself.
time. First
So if
time.
people won't hear me typing to all the people joining. I'll kick it to Brad, since a lot of you know Brad from our YouTube videos, but he's the scientist behind the scenes in a lot of ways. So Brad, I'll let you speak for yourself, I guess, for a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, so for the ones of you that don't know me, I'm Brad. I started my detailing career in an unfortunate place. So when you guys hear me talk about detail therapy, that's kind of where I was at when I really started my detailing company, you know, almost 2 decades ago. And I started doing, like a lot of you guys that are in the detailing world, friends and families, cars, RVs, boats, started doing a lot of dealership stuff, just trying to find my way in the detailing world. It was a very long journey, and a lot of moments of how am I going to pay my bills, and kind of took everything I learned and kind of built a company based on my OCD for the detailing industry, and now have turned into taking care of some crazy private car collections and just working 6 days a week on amazing cars, as you can see behind me. And, you know, take it back a few years, Jason came and saw me at one of these collections I was taking care of, and he was talking about a subscription box service that his wife gets. And he's like, do you think this would work in the auto detailing world? And I was like, yeah, it would actually, if we, you know, do it the right way and actually give people a lot of value behind what we're delivering every month. And we've stayed true to that, you know, the surprise and delight every single month when these subscriptions show up to your doorstep. And then fast forward a little bit more, Jason came to me again and was like, hey, what about this product in the home cleaning market. Do you think this would be good in the auto detailing world? And I was like, dang, I'm so happy you're my friend, because that is an awesome idea. And then we went down the journey of creating GloveBoxRx, and here we are today, kind of answer some questions that you guys might have about this new system, because anytime you're first at something, there's going to be, you know, how do you do this? How do you do that? And, you know, luckily for me in particular, I've been trying this stuff out for a while now, just fine tweaking stuff and making sure that it was right before it got into your guys' hands.
Before we jump more into GloveBoxRx and the questions that we wanted to answer, I just want to give a little bit more background of GloveBox. Again, this is our 4th year. We have a huge company of 3 employees, me, Brad, and Jason. There isn't this massive team behind us. We literally do everything from A to Z. Customer service, curating the boxes, dealing with the vendors, you know, managing the subscriptions every month, putting out the fires that we run into. We try to curate our boxes based on the time of year, what Brad feels can work together. Sometimes we have delays from different vendors that we're working with. Some have backed out on us in the last minute, so then we're having to shuffle with two weeks to go before we have to ship boxes out. So it's a lot of work. So we thank everyone that's patient with us and give us a lot of great feedback. We do have, you know, things that we're improving this year. We're hoping to do better on shipping eventually, and make things faster for everyone to get them. Continue to drive new brands to the boxes. It's getting a little bit easier. More and more brands are talking with us and making that possible. So, you know, any feedback you have, any types of products, brands that you want to see more in the boxes, you know, we're always open to that feedback and ideas that you all have, because you're ultimately the ones receiving the product. So we want to know what you all want.
Yeah, and use the chat also, because you know, we wanted to talk and answer questions about GBRX, but if you've got any questions about GloveBox, what's coming, the things Fred just alluded to, pop it in the chat. We're all watching it, so try to get to it. It's 2:13 here in Nashville Central Time, so probably, what do you guys think? Maybe do like 30 minutes, 30, 45 minutes?
Yeah.
See how it goes? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's do it. You want to play the video to get us started, Fred?
Yeah, let's do that. That might be fun.
Welcome to GloveBoxRx, your daily dose of car care. GloveBoxRx is the innovative, easy-to-use car care system that rethinks the way we use detailing products. Our eco-friendly system reduces plastic in landfills, ensures perfect dilution ratios every time, conserves space, and saves you the hassle and money of buying bottle after bottle. The starter kit contains 4 sprayers, 4 bottles, 4 cartridges, 4 towels. Our tagline for GBRX is your daily dose of car care, because I truly need it daily, and I'm sure most of you out there can relate. Enough of me talking about it. Let me show you the stuff in action.
Awesome.
Boom.
Sorry, I was muting everybody so we didn't accidentally speak over the video. That it's just a little background of what GBRX is. I guess we can open it up to Brad and myself and Jason to answer some questions that we've been getting inundated with. Some more common than others, but we wanted to address some basics, and then if there's anything we miss, you know, feel free to put it in the chat. and we can, again, answer anything. But one question we got was, how long was the shelf life of the products? As long as you keep them in a stable environment, they are pretty resistant to temperature swings. They're tested in our lab for 2 to 3 weeks, 20 degrees below zero and at 140 degrees Fahrenheit for both extreme heat and cold. And they've survived that for 2-3 weeks at a time and not separated or had any issues. The rule of thumb is they should work 2 to 3 years in the cartridge state, as long as nothing separates. And they've had much more success than that. That's just kind of the rule of thumb for using the cartridges. Once they're in the bottle, might be less than that, depending on your environment and how often you maybe shake them up and use them. Hopefully they don't sit there that long and you all are using those products, and that shouldn't be a problem. And we get common questions about the bottles and threading. So Brad's the man that has probably the most experience on our team using the products every day for the last, I don't know how many months now, but maybe you want to answer those questions, Brad.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Hey, can we say who the question was from if we do have it too?
We don't have that listed, but you might.
These
have
ones
that
were the
list.
ones that were sent in before. So the cross threading was one of the questions that we got in about, when you put the sprayer on the bottle. So first off, we went through the whole mold process. These are, you can't find these anywhere. We actually did this from start to finish to create these. There's a little fill line in here where you just fill up with water. But when people put the cartridges in, they're saying that they're kind of cross threading. So this is what I recommend you do. Put the sprayer in without the cartridge and turn it. You'll feel it's pretty easy, like a normal thing. When you put the cartridge in, you have to remember that when the cartridge sits on here, you're adding one more layer of thread. Now, I know for us car guys and girls, we hear the word cross threading and we get scared. But when you're turning this cap, you have to muscle through it a little bit, because that's what opens up the bottom. Oh, man. So when you do that, you just muscle through it a little bit. Don't worry about cross-threading. Now, if you're common sense, if you're going completely crooked on there, start over. But I recommend trying it without the cartridge in there first, just so you feel it. Pop the cartridge in, give it a little muscle, and it will pop open and make this beautiful product that you see in front of me. Jason, when will the refill cartridges be ready?
So we put them up. I put them up on the website a couple days ago, so you can buy them. We are currently waiting for the shipment to arrive from our manufacturer. But if you wanted to go buy them, you could go do that today. And yeah, so what's going to happen? So I guess just a little background. So we literally got the boxes, the starter kits that everyone got. We've got those probably 2 or 3 days at our fulfillment center in Cincinnati, 2 or 3 days before they shipped. So, I mean, we've literally had the first load of these for like 2 weeks. It was that, I mean, and we thought it could have been at the end of last year. Like, we've been working on this for so long, but all of that to say that there's some things that are coming next. Like, we have some really nice retail packaged refill cartridges that will be, with COVID and all these delays with everyone's, no one can get anything in the supply chain. Like, that's definitely affected us. But the bottom line is that if you've already gone through any of these products, you can order them today and we will start shipping them next week. And then we will continue to offer up a couple other things. This isn't the question, but we're going to have a refill pack for all the towels. So you'll be able to buy all 4 towels separately. You'll be able to buy the bottles separately. You'll be able to buy a variety kit of the cartridges. So you can get the, one of each as refills, or you can buy a 2-pack of each individual product, the glass cleaner, waterless wash, spray wax, or interior cleaner. So if if there's only one product you want to get more of or whatever, you can do that. And then, we'll save this for later, but then we're already working on the next round of products as well. So yeah, website, The easiest way to get to it is just GloveBoxRx.com. It'll route you to the page that is our collection in our Shopify store, which is what we use for GloveBox.
Yep. And all the prices are listed there, JD. He's asking what the cartridges cost.
Yeah, and real quick, I'll just comment on that because it's probably something in people's heads. So we intentionally priced the 2-pack refills so that you will notice that it is a significant discount, probably between a 30 and 50% discount on a per 16-ounce bottle basis, which is part of what we were able to do with this system. Like we're cutting out some of the unnecessary expenses in the way detail products are made. So we pass those savings on. It's a huge benefit, to be completely honest. Like even if you buy, in gallon forms, like we should be able to get pretty close to the per bottle basis on that.
And one other thing I wanted to mention is that back to all this stuff, everything that we're doing is made here in the US. So we're not going to have restraints on supply chain and shipping from overseas to get here. Like it's all made here. So we can quickly turn things around when we need more or what have you. The bottles took extremely long to get because of COVID. There's so many plastics going to make sanitizer bottles and things like that. And we're all glad that we waited to make those bottles because they're as durable as you can get. I'm probably not supposed to say this, but Brad drove over one with his wife's Yukon and crushed it twice and still filled it with water, put the cartridge in it and add the sprayer and it still worked.
True story.
I don't know. We have the video of it. We probably post that somewhere.
It's a tank.
Yeah. And it survived a full-size Yukon crushing it. So we're pretty happy with the bottles. They have an expected life of about 10 years, which I don't know a lot of bottles that do. But I wanted to stop real quick and mention those 2 points because
they'll probably last forever, but we'll guarantee it for 10 years. That's how confident we are in it.
Brad, the next question is regarding the spray wax.
The longevity of the spray wax. So that's this lavender purple colored one. From what I've seen here in the Midwest, and I just torture tested it in the winter months, salt and all that, I'm still seeing some beating in that after 2 months. Now, I just want to tell you guys, this wasn't designed to give you a long-term protection. When I thought of this starter kit, I wanted to give you something that you're going to use to triple check your work. I wanted to give you something that you're going to use just to add gloss. I wanted to give you something that's just going to add some slickness, and that was very easy to use. So when people are asking about longevity and this and that, like this isn't going to be like your ceramic coating or anything like that. This is just going to be something that you are going to do between washes or right after your washes to get rid of any streaks or anything you miss. So longevity for that, personally, I've seen, the hydrophobic aspects after 2 months here in the Midwest, but who knows how long, depending on where you live and how well you upkeep your vehicles. Next question is glass cleaner safe on tinted windows? Yes, it is. Tinted windows, your gauge cluster, your navigation screen, it's safe for all that stuff. So don't worry about that. Fred, starter kits available. I think you answered that one already.
Yeah, so the starter kits are on our site now. You can go to GloveBoxRx.com and it'll redirect you to our collection that we have all the products on. The starter kit, again, is what Brad reviewed in that video: 4 sprayers, 4 bottles, 4 cartridges, and 4 towels. And it's on a really low pre-sale right now that Jason was very nice to add to here. And those we can ship immediately. Again, the refills, we are, like he said, there'll be a little bit of time. So some of the stuff's kind of a pre-order, and as soon as we get it, we'll start shipping it out. But the starter kit is available now. So we can ship those immediately starting Monday if you wanted it. So that's good to go. I guess back to Brad about other things in the works? Because I think people in the chat are even asking questions about that.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the chat right now, so I'm going to read every question in here.
So people have been asking, are there more products coming for this GloveBoxRx system? Yes. Us three are very picky. So we just want to make sure that we're giving you something right. But I would tell you, be ready midsummer-ish, maybe a little bit earlier, depending if we are happy with what we are designing with the chemist in the lab. But there is some great new products coming. And, you know, there's some other ones coming that, you know, it's hard to stay saying that you're going to keep making game changers, but I have to give some credit to Fred on this one. There is another game changer, different than the cartridges, coming your way as well, that has, you don't really see, I don't even know if you ever seen it in the detailing world. So be ready for that as well.
But we definitely want to keep building the line out like that. That shouldn't stop. We'll keep evolving it and expanding it. And someone asked us about the recyclability of everything. The cartridges are 100% recyclable. That's one great thing. And they're small, so they don't take up a lot of space in your recycle bin. Or if you're mobile and you are starting out in your trunk of your car, they don't take up a lot of space there. Even when you're done with them, you can throw them in a little bag or something, and they're not going to hog up room in your car or in your garage, or finally when they get to the recycle bin. So yes, please recycle them. I did ask the manufacturers the way for us to do like a recycling program that we get them back and reuse them, but I didn't get quite a good answer on that yet. But that's something that maybe down the road we'll be able to do. And back to kind of what I was saying about these, how small they are. We keep getting asked about, well, why is this better than like getting a gallon of something of concentrate and, using it that way? I think that goes for a lot of different people. So like someone that's full-time detailing every day, maybe they need that concentrate gallon. This eliminates having to mix anything. You just pop the new cartridge in and you're done. Maybe you have a smaller mobile setup, or maybe you're an enthusiast like me. I don't need a gallon of anything because it's going to take me way too long to get through it to just clean my 3 cars that I have. So it's a lot more cost effective, space saving. And some products eventually that we'll come up with, you really can't get a gallon of it in a sense that it's dilutable. Some of the things, of course, we have now are, but we feel as though it's a huge upsell that you don't have to mix anything. It's super easy, especially like when you get into some of the products from Europe that we see that you get in concentrate. So even Rick from Rag Garage had trouble with a shampoo recently because they go by panel impact ratio, which is a whole different calculation than just like diluting something normally. So we're trying to keep it as simple as we can for any user. So, and back to the shelf life that I mentioned at the beginning of the chat, like for me to use a gallon of something, I've had a gallon of McGuire's glass cleaner for probably 3 years, and I've maybe filled 2 bottles of it. And I've probably got 130 ounces left in this gallon. Like it's a waste for me, and it's taking up a ton of space. I don't need it. So I just think that it's a great product and not serviceable item, but it's a lot quicker and easier for a lot of people to use. And someone also asked in the chat, back to kind of what Brad was saying about the glass cleaner. The interior cleaner is basically safe for any interior surface. And someone asked particularly to a Tesla. Maybe Brad, you can talk about some of that stuff since you used it every day.
Yeah, Teslas. Wow. I mean, they're doing a lot better. I remember when the first wave of Teslas came and we were doing a lot of paint correction and PPF on stuff. There was a lot of dirt nibs. There was a lot of fish eyes and a lot of stuff we had to deal with the paint. And then the interior, I don't know how it passed QC at Tesla, but they definitely made a change these last few years with some of the stuff coming. And I noticed that on the interior, a lot of the material they use is a lot better and the finish is a lot better. But long-winded answering that question, the interior cleaner is safe on all vinyl, leather, pleather, carpet, dash. I wouldn't use it on glass. I would go with the glass cleaner, of course. It does work on rubber floor mats. It does work on your kick panels. It does work on your foot pedals. I've had stains in carpet that I've used it on and pulled that out. I have stains in carpet. That's an easy one. If we're being honest, the stains in the headliner. Now that's the tricky one. And I did test this on headliner stains from a tire rubbing. So it was a rubber tire stain on the headliner, and it did a really good job. Of course, if you do headliner stains or anything, just be very soft and gentle with it, because that's just held by adhesive up there. So you don't want to have that be removed or anything like that and start sagging your headliner.
And I think someone responded to Edwin, but we will be, rolling out our new products probably as like the month of glove boxes for that month, whenever we decide to or are able to do that. So we're not abandoning our subscription model with new boxes every month. We have some great ones lined up. So please, keep it looking forward to your Christmas morning every beginning of the month, because that's still happening. Let's see. Is that all the questions to that one question about atoms and lithium? Yeah, we'll continue working with a bunch of brands like that, and we have several new ones this year that we're scoped to work with. So, I think that's the exciting part about what we do. And it makes it fun working with brands and trying new brands and things like that. And if there's recommendations you have for products or specific brands or manufacturers, please let us know. We most likely have probably reached out to them. It's something we're constantly doing to try to get our lineups planned out and things like that. Let's see what other questions we got here.
Michael Saldana asked about Alcantara as well. And I think I know the answer, but Brad, I'll let you hit it.
Good question. Yes, it works on there. Just be gentle as usual. The 760 this side, 765 LT McLaren behind me has Alcantara in it. Interior cleaner works great on it.
And the interior cleaner does not have any protectants in it. It's a straight cleaner. There's tons of other products that, can handle the protection part of it. We wanted something that really cleaned very well and wasn't overly powerful with the smells, and didn't, wasn't slimy or anything like that. That was one of Brad's missions, to really, interior cleaner should be clean. That's why it's clear, and not worried about dyes and things like that. So that's a little bit of background on the interior cleaner. The other thing someone asked was about the spray wax. I think did you answer that about that? Is there SiO2 in the spray wax? There is not. I don't know if you want to talk about that part, Brad.
Yeah, there's not. Early on in the live stream, we were talking about the purpose of the spray wax is, that's really your go-to for your triple check. You are at a car show to clean it up, add gloss. It's going to give you on average 60 days of protection, depending on where you live, depending on how you upkeep your vehicle. But no, it doesn't have SiO2 in it. But maybe one of the future products will. So.
Yeah, I think on that topic, and anything that's water soluble we can do it. And going back to the very beginning of the chat, for anyone that wasn't here, there is a pretty extensive testing process. Like Fred said, I mean, the manufacturer we use, whether or not the concentrate will settle is essentially one of the biggest concerns when you start. You do a formulation, we go back and forth with the chemists, but then really figuring out whether it holds up in extreme hot and extreme cold temperatures is essentially challenge number one. And so, yeah, as long as the product's water soluble, we can do it. And so the universe of options for where we can go with this is pretty much endless. One thing we did learn was that certain products and chemicals have if you notice on your box, there's a diamond on the side of it. That's because a couple of the ingredients we used are technically classified as hazardous materials. So for everyone that got their boxes really quick, it's because we actually had to use the FedEx 2 to 3 day, which is now 1 to 5 days, business days in post-COVID world. But yeah, we can't ship them through the air. So it's a bit of a challenge, something that's now on our radar to try to avoid that going forward. But, you know, really when Brad pretty much formulated the products, the main goal there was just to design an incredible product, a product that is as good as anything else in your garage. So, you know, for anyone who, you know, the reply guys in some of the videos that like to throw rocks at people that are building stuff, you know, this is not some cheap distillation of someone else's stuff. Like we built every one of these products from scratch. They're all going to work awesome because we did extensive testing before we would put it out and put our name behind it. So yeah, there's definitely a lot more coming. This is really like, this is our coming out party though.
Yeah, just to go off of that, what Jason was saying about the little diamond on that box, you'd be very surprised. I'm learning so much working with the chemist, what is in a lot of products, and certain things that we say that we don't like is necessary to bring into another chemical to fuse together to create something else that we want in the end result. So it's very interesting, and I'm having a fun time learning that whole process and making all these new products. It's cool to be behind the scenes and see what actually goes into making these products perform at the top level. Miller Detailing says, spray wax, any issues with coated cars? I assume not, because it's meant to add some shine and light, cleaning and protection. So it can be used as a topper. If your car is coated, that's fine. It could be used as that. There's something else with the spray wax I was going to tell you guys, but yes, it could be used as a topper on coated cars, cars with sealant, cars with wax, any of that stuff.
And the waterless wash, we haven't talked about that at all, Brad.
I love the waterless wash. So the waterless wash is designed to do one job: to clean a car that is, I'm gonna throw out the common sense thing again, lightly dirty, some dust on it. It's not caked in mud. We're not using waterless wash. We're gonna go to traditional wash when it's caked in mud, or if it's caked in tons of salt. But the waterless wash is if you have water restrictions, if you live in an apartment complex, or if you're just doing a quick, safe cleanup on a car that's not super, super dirty, the waterless wash is your go-to. One thing I did do, like kind of behind the scenes, is I would take, almost like you would do a rinseless wash, I took a bucket, I put a towel in there, and just with water, I saturated a panel down with the waterless wash. I grabbed my bucket out of the water, wringed it out, and lightly wiped up that panel, wiped that waterless wash up, boom, with a car that had a ton of salt on it, grabbed another towel and wiped it down, and no problem. I didn't see any streaking, and I didn't see any marring happen. So as long as you do those processes right, as you can see like on some of our YouTube videos that I explain, it's a lot of common sense, guys. And you know, the tool to use it is only as good as the artist that's using it. So just take your time and enjoy the process while you're detailing. Al Daly, does the interior detail solution contain antibacterial properties? No.
that actually
No.
was a question I had when we visited our lab, and to do that needed like another level of certification, almost like from, was it the FDA or something like that? I can't remember. It was some governing body that regulates that stuff. So we didn't want to go down that road yet.
Yeah, and there's things you have to do with every single state to have that certified when you claim that it has, you know, antibacterial properties in it. You know, kills up to this amount of germs. You know, I always say, you know, there's nothing better than just routine maintenance and upkeep. Don't let it get to a point that's super nasty, because that's when, you know, bad things happen. Mold grows, you know, germs, you know, multiply and all that stuff. So upkeep.
Hey, someone asked earlier about if we had any plans to do a car wash. Brad, do you want to take that one?
Fred, don't say it.
I'm not saying
Don't
anything.
say it, Fred.
I'm gonna ask
Of course we want to do a car wash. We want to, but it's going to be something different. And I actually wrote in the chat, I said game changer alert, because we're going to try to do something very unique. But I think that's all we can say.
Yeah,
That's all we can
say.
Our lawyers, my lawyer, my wife, she's not a lawyer. She says that's all I can say.
One thing about the waterless wash, you can use it as a clay lube if you wanted. I think someone might have mentioned that here.
Oh yeah.
And someone mentioned something not like in the scent. I mean, we try to keep the scents pretty steady across the 4 products, so they're simple and clean smelling. And we want the line to be a little bit more about the product instead of the smell, right? In some cases, Brad.
Yeah. But it's something that wasn't overbearing, something that when you smell it, you just automatically think of clean. So we wanted that consistent across the board with all the products we have and all the products we have coming out.
Getting a bunch of questions in the chat. Oh, hey, one other thing I'll throw out, because someone asked about this. For the interior cleaner, we have the ability that there actually are sprayers that are foaming sprayers, and we should be able to start selling those sometime in the next couple weeks, 3 weeks as well. So we have to actually order them. However, the same sprayer that you guys use, there's essentially one that's almost exactly the same, except it's got a little mechanism in the sprayer that like foams it up.
Foam's really good, yeah.
Not sure. I mean, I think it's kind of up to everyone's creativity on whether that's something they would want and which products they might like that for. But it is within the realm of possibility, and we're going to try to make that an option for to grab those sprayers separately.
Edwin A. Spray wax be used as a drying aid? Yes, it can. So I use the spray wax for 2 things, drying related. Drying aid, where you spray it on the car when the car is wet, and then you use a microfiber towel to dry the vehicle. You will see a little bit of streaking when you do that, and you'll have to follow up with a dry towel to remove that. And then I also used it as when the car is wet, I sprayed it on there and then hit it with the water again. And it kind of creates more beads on top of whatever protection you have on your vehicle already. So you could use it as a drying aid when you go right to the microfiber when the car is wet, or you can use it as when the car is wet, spray it on there, rinse it off, and you'll see some, cool hydrophobic stuff going on there.
Let's see. And yeah, that Mike was just commenting about the interior detailer foaming up great, and with those foam sprayers, it really foams up really, really well. So hopefully we can get our hands on some of those soon enough for the site.
Cool. I think we answered all the questions as far, haven't we, Fred?
Someone said don't use the spray wax on matte paint. You don't want to use the spray wax on matte finish, right, Brad?
Correct. However, I have tested this on matte finish. You just don't want to use a lot of it. It wouldn't be my go-to for a matte finish vehicle, but I tested it just to see what would happen for you guys. I just didn't use a lot of it. I sprayed it on the towel, one spray to a towel for a whole panel. Did it really lightly.
Any more questions?
All right. Any last questions? Shoot them over. And Fab, welcome.
What's up, Brian?
Welcome to the party.
I think Fab has his live stream this evening.
Yeah, tonight. I think 9 o'clock Eastern is when that starts, 8 o'clock Central. Mike's Auto Detailing, I think he's doing a stream next Saturday.
Nice.
Does Mike have F11 coming in as a special guest? I know he's a big fan.
He might. Never know.
Oh, Mike just asked, will there be an interior detail with UV protection in the future? Not sure. Not sure yet. Like I said, earlier on, I'm really about that upkeep. I know you're probably asking because you're out in California and you're used to that sun blazing into the vehicle, and how they used to do it back in the day. They put those carpet dash covers on there. I still see in some of these classic cars, which are hideous. But haven't thought about it yet, Mike. Possibly, maybe we can name that the Mike special if we do it.
Maybe we have a long way to go on some of this stuff. So
yeah, for sure.
I would never say never by any means.
Cool. Fred, any other questions, or want to wrap this one up?
I've not seen any more come in, but if anyone does have any follow-ups, I have my email listed here. Feel free to email me anything that you need to know, or a lot of the names in here, I appreciate you joining. Like David Morris has been a subscriber for a while. He and I have been emailing back and forth. He's actually, I believe, at a wedding, so he should be at a wedding right now, not messaging us here. So I'm not going to get into his business about that, but thank you for coming. Edwin, I think, is a subscriber that I've chatted with a bunch of times. So I just appreciate all these folks joining us today.
Yeah, it's funny.
Thanks,
we definitely we remember your guys' names too, because especially people that have been with us for a while, when you comment, like Fred had said in the beginning, we are a small team. We do, we love that you guys support us because it allows us to keep doing what we love to do. So, help us out. I guess the one ask I would throw out there is, grab the link, GloveBoxRx.com, and start sending it to people. It's one of the coolest things I've seen in car detailing in a long time, and it's kind of hard to innovate. But for anyone that has kids, I really believe that this concept, which we mentioned to some folks a couple weeks ago, that we're not necessarily planning on taking a monopoly over this, and we actually, we hope that other brands will come to us to consider essentially this packaging system as something they could do with their own product line as well. So, I would say for the most part of this year, we plan on getting our products into retail locations. We're working on our Amazon store right now. But yeah, eventually, we sort of view this like, those yogurt pouches for kids. Once you've used it, you never want to go back. You're not going to go back to spoons with little kids. You're just going to basically buy those yogurt pouches forever. And I've got 3 little kids, so that's definitely top of mind for me. But yeah, this is pretty cool. And Fab, thanks for spreading the word for us. Can't thank you guys enough, Mike. All of you guys that have your own channels and audiences. I think the spirit of everything we've done has always been to get more people into the detailing world, to kind of expand the pie as opposed to consume as much of it as we can. So, everything you guys do, and everything we do, really, everything down to the cards we put in here. If you're a noob and you don't know what you're doing, we literally tell you what it works on. We go through the trouble of filming those unboxing videos every single month. And we do that because, quite frankly, we do it because people email us and comment all the time, that they've learned so much about detailing. And quite frankly, I've learned a ton about detailing just listening to Brad talk about, how to use some of these products. So for those of you that are not already trained up and doing this professionally, this is definitely something that's bringing a lot more people into the detailing world, and we think that's pretty cool. That's why we do it. Cash, welcome, man. Michael, Michael Saldana asked about the waterless wash.
Does it have any polymers in it, Brad?
No, it doesn't, Michael. Good question.
And can you use the waterless wash on a wrap or matte paint?
Yes, you can. You could use it on a wrap, matte, wrap vinyl, and like this one here, PPF.
Michael also asked if the waterless wash removes any previously applied protection, sealant, or coating like ceramic, graphene, wax, or gloss.
No, it doesn't. Another good question, Michael. No, it doesn't.
I told you we got those questions, man. Touch up for bird droppings, tree sap, waterless wash. Yes.
Yeah. Here's a fun detailing tip. One of the worst things happened to me at a Concours on the lawn. There's hundreds of cars, right? And what does this one bird decide to do to the car I'm representing? You guessed it. It crapped on the car, right on the hood. And the paint, I was in the sun, and the paint was already hot, so it was expanded, and that landed there. And your first thought is like, I got to wipe that up right away. So here's a little first aid kit for when bird droppings happen. Take a microfiber towel, take your water bottle, soak the towel, wring it out so it's nice and wet and damp, place it over the bird dropping so it cools the surface and actually cools what is in that bird dropping, because really you have to think about what's in that bird dropping. It's from stuff it ate and whatever. So you don't want to wipe that up against the paint surface. Let that cool for a little bit. Don't be so anxious to try to wipe it up. Once that's cooled, lift that damp towel, spray it down with the waterless wash, flip the damp towel, and lightly wipe that up. So I know our first reaction is like, oh, no pun intended, oh, S-H-I-T, I need to wipe that up. Just give it a second. Let that paint cool down underneath that damp cloth, because at that moment in the direct sunlight with the bird dropping on there, your paint is extremely delicate. And when you wipe it up, that's the last thing you want to happen when the judges come by and look at your car or your own car, you know?
That's a really good explanation. Mike's Auto Detailing, he had a good question.
Which one? Mike's
This one?
Tire. Is there going to be a water-based tire coating coming?
Mike, I don't know if I could release all these secrets, okay? But be ready. Be ready.
We got to do something for the tires, obviously. That's.
Oh yeah, you have to. I mean, we have you the starter kit starting off, and then what to add to that to give you the complete package. So I'm sure you could think of it based off your question and my roundabout answer there.
The answer is it is possible, and therefore we'll do it.
Mike
what
said,
color?
Yes, you can. What's the difference? Here you go, Brad. That's a good question.
So all the towels are color coordinated. So the waterless wash is green, and the towel is from the rag company. That's the Creature. That's a good waterless wash towel. The glass cleaner is blue, and waffle weave towels are great for glass. So we have that waffle weave towel in there. The spray wax is purple, or what I call lavender, and we have the Eagle Edgeless purple towel to match that. And then the interior towel, we have a white interior towel to match that clear interior cleaner. So yeah, everything's color coordinated. Everything from the rag company. Happy to use their towels. They're good people, as you guys know.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we probably should maybe throw their logo up on the site or something, because we don't talk enough about the relationship we've had with the Rag Co for I think they were in our very first box 4 years ago. Like Brad said, good people. We see them every time we go to SEMA. We took last year off because of COVID, but we'll be back there this November. And, they're always great hosts and good people. So Fab's asking about a wheel cleaner with iron remover. Oh, it might be a little harder, but we'll see.
Would love to see a wheel cleaner that has iron remover in it so it can be a dual purpose for wheels and paint. So like your Iron X, that's safe on, well, you got to be careful because it's safe on some wheels finishes. That would be safe on the paint as well, or if there's PPF on it. No, we're not making that just yet, formulating that just yet. We want to make sure that everybody has the basics and then build from there. And one of my things is when we wanted to do this new system, everybody was coming out with ceramic, everybody was coming out with graphene, which is great. But we didn't want to go down that, join that line right away. We wanted to give you what you needed and create this new system and then build from there. So we didn't want to just be like, okay, we have this, iron cleaner and all this stuff and not remember where I came from, the people that are also doing this in the garage that might not know how to use that properly. So we wanted to start off with the starter kit and then build from that for people that can do it in the garage or people that are doing it professionally. And then we'll keep adding as you guys keep recommending different stuff like you just did, Fab.
Yeah, but keep those ideas coming, like what you all would like to see, and we'll keep track of the popularity of maybe a type of product, and that might change our minds on how we roll things out.
Totally.
And this is just a comment from Rick at Rad Garage. The towels in this kit are a true highlight. If you guys saw Rick's obsession with towels, you would know that he means every word of that. He might have to sit on a couch and discuss his problems with towels, but he's got a crazy collection with towels. And I thought he had enough, and he just keeps buying more. So if he's satisfied with the towels that we included in the kit, anyone could use them. Just make sure you take care of them properly.
True.
Alpha drop. Foreshadowing. Okay.
Whoa.
It's almost 3.
Whoa, slow down.
What?
Nothing.
I feel judged.
We love you, Rick. There's no judgment.
Yeah.
What's up, Cash?
If anyone has any more feedback or
especially
especially complaints, send them to Fred at GloveBoxDetail.com.
That's right.
All your ideas. Yeah, we've got a blue ocean in front of us. So, we do have to sort of make some decisions and priorities. So if there's something you would love to have, shoot us a note, because that will weigh in on our decision of what to formulate. We've already got round 2 cooking and baking, but this is fun. I feel like we should do this more often, Fred. I like this.
Yeah, it's fun. We can do that. Let's see, Al Daly. Interior cleaner on a lightly soiled engine bay. What are you trying to clean in that engine bay? If it's plastics, I would think that'd be good. With a brush, like a boar's head brush, that'd probably work.
I would start with the waterless wash in there, Al.
Mike says if there's any cartridges that need testing, send it to him.
I'm going to send it with the slowest shipping method I can find, Mike, just so I hear from you every single month. That's a good point for anyone that's on the West Coast. I don't know when this is going to happen, but the company we use for our warehouse, they're opening a warehouse in, is it Las Vegas, Brad?
Vegas.
Yep. Vegas.
So, yeah, I mean, believe me, anyone that gets frustrated about in a normal month how long their box takes, believe me, we are 10 times as frustrated because we want it to get it to you like the next day. But just so everyone peek behind the curtain, shipping is so darn expensive now. And to be honest, FedEx and UPS just have every single e-commerce company, every merchant by the balls really, because we just have to pay whatever they're going to charge us. They jack up their rates around Christmas. Sometimes they drop them, sometimes they don't. But yeah, Mike loves paying for shipping. Yeah, no, and there's also a little bit of a human element to this where, the connection between our online store and then our warehouse, it doesn't really pick up that somebody has paid for expedited shipping. It's just there's some human forces there that don't always get picked up. So, sometimes people will pay for expedited shipping, and it's really on normally Fred and I to catch that. But yeah, we're always trying to be better. But yeah, shipping is a pain, and honestly, we don't like raising our prices. We've only raised our prices once in 4 years, but everyone knows that the costs of doing business keep going up. And quite frankly, my theory is that I think some businesses are just raising their prices just because they can right now, because there's easy cover, and we end up paying that. So, our biggest
actually
expense
lose on
every
shipping.
month.
Yeah.
We lose on every single box that we ship, based on what we charge for shipping each month. But that's our problem. I mean, it's up to us to really get bigger, get better pricing, and just keep this fun, affordable for most people.
Yeah, AJ, that was an issue between FedEx and our system. FedEx wasn't talking to our customers, and then all of a sudden they did an update the other day, and it went out finally with all the shipping notifications. So that was fun. That was answering emails like crazy about where people's boxes were, and then they pushed some update on there and then synced back up with our system, and then sent emails out, your box is shipped. Well, most people already had gotten them by then. So yes, that's whatever. And back to the shipping thing. The other thing that stinks is no matter who we use to ship it, if we pay for the new GloveBoxRx, we have to ship differently. So say we paid for 2-day priority and it takes 10 days to get there, they don't care. Like, they don't adjust what we paid. We've had one guy now, we've sent him 3 boxes because it keeps magically disappearing from the FedEx driver, and they don't care. They do nothing to reimburse us. They say it was delivered, even though the guy sits in his front desk that looks out his front window, and he sees that FedEx has not come yet. So it's just constantly a battle.
Fred, would you put up Michael Saldana's last question?
Yep.
The answer is yes, and I'm going to do that as soon as I can. That's on.
Yeah, we'd like that to be part, kind of like the subscription model. If you wanted to get a package of 2 sent to you every month, that'll be part of what we're going to do. We just need to build that into our website systems to handle that, so it auto processes correctly and things like that. And eventually we'll be able to do more bulk orders too. If someone needed, say, 100 refills or whatever, we'll have options for all that stuff.
Yeah, just, for everyone here, I think everyone follows our Instagram. We'll always put these updates out there. We'll shoot them to our email list, active subscriber list. So, but yes, that is one of the features we want to have here. And I think someone mentioned, Michael, I think it was you, about how long will it take to go through a bottle? Obviously you're probably going to go through waterless wash and the spray wax a little faster, but it depends. It depends if you're doing this for a living. Depends how often you want to clean your interior or your glass. But sort of expect the glass cleaner will be the slowest to run out, and then the rest will go a little bit faster. And yes, we should be able to make it where you could set up essentially any interval you want. So we'll probably do a monthly, maybe a quarterly, and start with that. And then we'll take anyone's feedback on if you're looking for something else. But yeah, the whole idea here is to continue on with the idea of the subscription, and get a little bit of a discount for doing that too, because we like when people are on subscriptions as well, because it gives us predictability. We can buy and know what's coming and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Brad Fab wants to know what car is directly behind you.
That's a McLaren 765 LT. I'll get out of the way here. You can see it a little bit better.
It's Brad's birthday present for me. I think.
But if I had the choice between the 765 LT that we have here today and the 79 Porsche 930, I would definitely take the 930. It's just a different driving experience. Yeah. I mean,
More raw.
McLarens are great. You guys know I do a lot of McLarens. It's just there's a different driving therapy feeling when you're driving something manual and old that could break down on you any second, that you actually have to be a part of the driving experience compared to something that's kind of driving you. So the Porsche 930 out of these two here, I would pick.
Oh, sorry, wrong question. Wow. This is the one that I was trying to put up. Mike wants to know what's in the March box. All right, always looking for hints, this guy.
Oh, man.
It's going to be...
Just to piggyback off of the shipping, Jason, I haven't really told him yet, but he's going to be mad at me because the weight of this box is crazy. Like, what you guys are going to get in March, like, I know I say this every time because I just, like, this is really how I feel about it. Like, March, man, Mike, just be ready. Just be ready. Yeah, it's a heavy box.
I don't think it can be worse than the February box, because we had to pay for the expedited shipping since it couldn't go on an airplane. But whatever. We'll just need to get more subscribers.
It's gonna be actually the next 4 months that we got planned are really gonna be solid. So I think everyone should be pretty pumped about what we have lined up.
All right, Fred, we've gone over time here, so let's
we can button it up.
We can do this again. I would love to do it again, but let's let everyone get back to their Saturdays. And
for sure.
Appreciate everyone for showing up for real, and all of you that support us.
And any questions, send them to me, Fred at GloveboxDetail.com, or check out our site, GloveboxRx.com, and you can see the new products. And thank you, everybody, for joining us this Saturday. Appreciate it, all your time and your support, and look forward to chatting with more of you soon. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys.